Hello and welcome to Sincerely Elvis Presley. I'm Sean. Thanks for taking the time to tune in. I appreciate it. It's been at least 2 months since we unboxed the new MRS product, so guess what? Postman's been. So I'm not going to give any preamble, I'm just going to dive into it and we're going to look at it as I open it. So, what have we got? Well, we have got, and we know there's going to be tons of glare because it's in its shrink wrap, so I think what I'll do is, before I even show you the front and back, I'll get rid of the shrink so we can actually stand a chance of seeing what we're looking at. But what we have here is the new MRS release, Raging Tiger. And this is the closing show, September the 2nd, 1974, Las Vegas Hilton. Now this is following on from what MRS have been doing this year, giving us kind of landmark shows from 1974. There are an awful lot of soundboards and recordings of all sorts of shows from 74, but what I really like is the fact that MRS have been selective. So they started this with the Houston Astrodome 74, then they gave us the opening night from the season where Elvis shook up his set list and tried something completely different. The last release we got was one of the Homecoming Memphis shows, and this time we've got a very infamous show, it has to be said. This one has been out before. It came out most famously, I think Fort Baxter did Desert Storm, but it came out on another release called Time to Dare, and there's probably other releases. Now, anyone that knows their Elvis knows that this is infamous, and I use the word infamous deliberately because Elvis was clearly distracted by reports that had been in the press about him, and he descends into what can only really be called a rant against people that have accused him of being strung out. And you know, I'm sure you're all familiar with the I'll rip your tongue out by the roots and whatever other stuff he says. But it's an important document. It's indicative of Elvis and where his mindset was at the time. And you know, I completely get why MRS have chosen to release it as part of their shows from 1974 that we've been getting this year. Is it the sort of show that I think should be widely available to the general public? Possibly not, because you know, if you came at this without an understanding of Elvis and his mindset and what had been going on in his life and where he was, if you just came at this wanting to hear an Elvis Presley show and not knowing a lot about him, you probably wouldn't go away with the best impression, I don't think. That's fair to say. For collectors like myself and like I'm sure all of you, it's great to have, because it's an important document. But you know, it is what it is. So it's nice to have it. This CD set features one of Elvis's most controversial performances, recorded during his closing night at the Las Vegas Hilton on the 2nd of September 1974. Although the show was strong and well performed at various points throughout, Elvis frequently broke off to ramble about unrelated topics, displaying unprofessional and inappropriate behaviour. That included some explosive outbursts and angry out-of-character threats. The original recording has been remastered and mixed into stereo. The accompanying booklet features rare photographs, memorabilia and liner notes from the event that set the scene. So the usual quality from MRS, I'm sure. We've got Elvis, obviously it's called Raging Tiger because he had his what's known as the Mad Tiger jumpsuit on. So there is our first CD, and our design is the tiger, which is very nice indeed. Did you get the track list there? And our second CD, part 2, and I'm guessing we've probably got a similar design, the tiger. So that's very nice, very nicely done. And I know we've come to expect it, haven't we? You know, it's easy to be kind of blasé about what MRS produce, but you know, they really do deliver, has to be said. And obviously these are going to be shots from elsewhere in that season, because he's not wearing the tiger in all of these. We've got the dragon there, he's got the tiger on there. You can see a really good back shot of it. You can see the print down the legs. Fantastic. Usual MRS, top quality. And I think with this one, I want to say I paid about £27, I think, something along those lines. So the usual affordability with MRS. Great to have in the collection. Is it Elvis's finest show? I don't think many would argue that it is. But, you know, as I said, I really kind of like the approach that MRS have been taking. They've got plenty to choose from 74, but they've kind of been going for real significant ones. So I'm guessing now we're in November, this is our last MRS release of the year. So this came out in vinyl in black and clear as well. So next year, Stunts to Reason will be moving on to 75 live releases. So fantastic, great to have, great design. Love the fact it's got the tiger there. Really, really nicely done. So I've also got something else that arrived in the post today as well. And I wasn't intending to do a separate unboxing of this, but I thought, well, as they came on the same day, I would. Now, these are a couple of the Music on Vinyl reissues. And what I've been doing with those, I've been kind of selective, and I've been going for just some of the key releases that I missed out on first time around and that are now too expensive to get on the second-hand market. Ooh, that's a noise. Honestly, that was this, not me. So my view, I know there are some mixed feelings about the reissues that are happening, not only with MRS, but also, you know, FTD are about to start to do it as well. Well, personally, I never buy any Elvis product because of what it's worth now, what it's going to be worth in the future. I buy it because I want to own a copy, and you know, I really like to have them. So the value's irrelevant to me. When it comes to things like these Music on Vinyl, especially the Memphis show in here, it's just too expensive for me to get the originals now. And I didn't get them originally, so I'm glad they're reissuing them. Whether they increase in value, decrease in value, I don't really care. Maybe that's just me, but you know, I'm just pleased to be able to get them. So I've also been kind of selective. Not only am I only choosing the ones that I fancied getting anyway and couldn't get, but I'm not just going for the ones that are the super rare 500 copies only if you get them from Music on Vinyl. I'm getting them because I want that particular coloured vinyl. So, you know, if the limited 500 isn't as good a coloured vinyl as the limited 500 that you can get anywhere, then I'm getting the other one. So that's the kind of approach I'm taking. So, long story short, so I did get the Aloha Legacy 4 LP version, and I did get that in the marbled blue. I didn't do an unboxing of that at the time. So what have I got here? Well, I have got Loving You, and this is one of the limited edition 500 copies. And I just think Music on Vinyl do these so well that the reproduction of the sleeve is fantastic. And I've got number 195 actually, so that's quite nice out of the 500. And this one is on translucent red and blue marbled vinyl. So let's have a look. Let's make the usual noise that we do with music on vinyl. And again, it comes in that sleeve that's got the textured pattern on it. And I'm not quite sure where the red's supposed to be, because I'm not getting a lot of red out of that one. But yeah, very nice. I think the 2,500 copies of this one was on yellow. So that's very nice indeed. Where can I put that? Won't damage. And then I got myself is it a Legacy? Yeah, the Legacy 4 LP version of Recorded Live on Stage in Memphis. Now with this one, I went for this is limited to 2,000 actually, so maybe some of them are 2,000, some of them are 2,500. So I didn't go for the 500 because that was on like a gold coloured vinyl, and I just thought, oh, I've got enough gold coloured vinyls, so I went for the one that's a slightly bigger edition and more widely available. But this is one of these purple vinyl, and I really like purple, so you know, that's what I meant by being a bit selective, in that I am just going for the ones that I like the colour of, because ultimately it's nice to have them as limited editions. What number did I get? 225. So even though this is a 2,000, that's a fairly low number. And we've got our 4 LPs. We should have our booklet. That's the only trouble with these single sleeves with 4 albums in. You have to be careful how you get things out, rather so you don't damage. So what's brilliant about this, I think, and why I wanted a copy, is you get this fantastic booklet. Really nice to have. But as I say, the original press of this on music on vinyl goes for silly money. £200-300 I've seen it go for. Whereas this one, I think I paid £65. Because what's interesting is, it doesn't matter whether you go for the really limited ones that are exclusive to their store, or the slightly less limited ones that are more widely available. They're still the same price. So, you know, it just comes down to choice. But to me, whether it's limited to 500 or 2,000 is kind of neither here nor there. As I say, that is a fantastic booklet, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice. So kind of, to me, you know, getting the fact that you're getting your 4 albums and you're getting your fantastic booklet. So I'm expecting a really nice purple, because that Loving You definitely wasn't just red and blue. I didn't see any red in it at all, did you? So here we go. Get the leaflet on all of them, and come out wherever you are. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. So there is your purple vinyl, and of course they're all four LPs are the same. So yeah, really pleased with that. I just think, you know, I'm so pleased that they've gone down this reissue route. And as I say, you know, I don't buy stuff because of what it's going to be worth, or what it, you know, it's just not a consideration for me. I know it is for some, and that's fair enough, but no, I'm pleased to be able to have the opportunity. And of course, if you're in Europe and it's over £60, you get free shipping on these as well, so you can't go wrong, really. So there we go. Loving You, recorded live on stage in Memphis, and of course the thing that we actually came here for, The Raging Tiger, closing night 1974. So, you know, as ever, we're being spoiled with some great releases, aren't we? anyone that saw my unboxing of Kears Moen's Elvis Day by Day will know, you know, just how much stuff comes out, and yeah, it just carries on, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, bring it on, but you know, give us a chance to recover every now and again so that our bank balances can take a breath. But yeah, there we go. As I say, quick unboxing. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think of the releases. Is it stuff you're getting yourself, or is it stuff you passed on? Let me know whatever in the comments. Thanks for watching. I say it's a little bit impromptu, but I thought they arrived in the post some as well. Hope you can join me for this weekend's video. But until then, have a great week. Take care. Ta-da.
We'll meet you again. May God bless you. Adios.